Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you know what we're doing today?
Well, we're starting a new week, and the last regular episode we did was Isaiah chapter 38.
Sure as fuck was.
So I think in that one, Hezekiah was begging and pleading with God to, not kill him. Or let him die or whatever. And then God told Isaiah, and Isaiah told Hezekiah that he's fine.
You're fine. You're fine. It's fine. This is
He
fine.
got 15 more, 15 more years.
It's all fine.
It's all good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was Isaiah chapter 38,
Mm-hmm.
which means that today we're getting into
Isaiah chapter 39.
Okay, you ready to do this?
I am.
All right, let's do it.
Okie dokie. Okay, so we are hopping into Isaiah chapter 39.
Okay.
Which is the last one of the things that are the last of.
That's right. This is the end of the first book of Isaiah.
Yes.
Right.
First Isaiah. That's what I was trying
for the
to
people
say.
that separate them into two books.
Yes.
So,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
We're ending something today, even though we're beginning the week.
I know, it's interesting.
You hate it.
I do. I really do. I like things in sets to be together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm trying to be happy about it.
Right, right.
And, whenever one door closes, another opens, and this is
Sure.
an ending and a beginning all together in one. But yeah, no, I hate it. All right, ready?
I'm ready.
At that time.
That time.
That time.
The one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Marduk Baladon, son of Baladon, king of Babylon.
Fuck. That is a mouthful.
So we're just going to call him Marduk.
Yeah.
Okay? He's the king of Babylon.
Okay.
And when they say at that time, this is like right when Hezekiah is getting over his illness.
Got it. Feeling better.
Yeah. I'm about to feel better. So Marduk, the king of Babylon, sent Hezekiah letters and a gift.
That was nice.
He had heard of his illness and recovery.
That was nice.
I remember us reading about that in either Kings or Chronicles, Kings or Chronicles, and going, the fuck?
The Marduk guy, he's a stand-up guy.
He's a stand-up guy. Well, I guess it was common for kings to just do that.
Send notes and gifts and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hezekiah received the envoys gladly and showed them what was in his storehouses. And I remember that we were like, the fuck are you doing, my guy?
Right.
He's like, yes, come in, view all of my goods and wares and everything that I have. Would you like to steal it from me?
Right?
Yeah.
Or go back to tell your king, hey, they got some good shit, man. Like, we should go,
We thought that this kingdom was just a little podunk whatever, but they actually have a lot of shit going on down there.
Right.
So he showed him what was in his storehouses, the silver, the gold, the spices, the fine olive oil, his entire armory, and everything found among his treasures. There was nothing in his palace or in all his kingdom that Hezekiah did not show them.
You know how sometimes people talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know how the Assyrians just got done, like, busting their chops pretty hard?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you think that you wouldn't want to be showing off all your riches to other kings right after that happened? Because chances are that might end up back with the Assyrian king, Sennacherib or whatever.
Well, not necessarily, because the Babylonians and the Assyrians were also at war with each other.
Okay.
And so Hezekiah felt like he was being, like, who, me? You came to see me? I'm nobody. Like, he felt like this great gift had been bestowed upon him just by their mere presence.
Okay.
Because they were, like, Babylon was big.
Sure.
And so the fact that Babylon was also not just big, but also an enemy of Assyria at the same time.
He's trying to be friendly with them.
Yeah. So he was trying to get into their good graces.
Okay.
So it makes a little bit of sense that he was showing off a bit. But
sure.
not to the extent that he did.
Right.
So anyway, then Isaiah the prophet went to King Hezekiah and asked, because Isaiah was like, "You're stupid." So he's like, "This is not okay. Excuse me, what did those men say and where did they come from?" Isaiah's having none of this.
Isaiah's got a lot of power for just some prophet, dude.
Right? He just walks around like, "What? I'm a prophet."
Yeah. It's
He's
really
like,
weird.
Boom, prophet. And Hezekiah was like, "From a distant land, they came to me from Babylon."
Yeah.
Cool, right?
Right.
Aren't they great? Look at these guys. Aren't they so cool? I want to be friends. I wonder if they like me.
Who doesn't want to be friends with Babylonians?
Do you think they think I'm cool?
They do. They definitely think you're cool.
The prophet asked, "What did they see in your palace?" Isaiah's like, "Fuck, you're dumb." And then Hezekiah's like, "They saw everything in my palace." He's like Ray and Ghostbusters. "This place is great.
Right.
We should stay here tonight." So they saw everything in my palace, Hezekiah said. "There is nothing among my treasures that I did not show them."
Right. There you go.
I was so excited to show off. I couldn't help myself.
Sure. Yeah.
Then Isaiah said to Hezekiah, "Hear the word of the Lord Almighty, Jesus fucking Christ." That's not what he said.
Right.
But I'm sure that was his tone of voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. "The time will surely come when everything in your palace and all that your predecessors have stored up until this day will be carried off to Babylon." He's like, the writing's on the wall.
So he's saying basically what I was like, what we were saying.
This
like,
is going to happen.
Why would you show them this? Now they know what you have and they're going to come after you.
They are going to come after you. "Nothing will be left, says the Lord, and some of your descendants, your own flesh and blood, who will be born to you, will be taken away," which does come to pass.
Right.
"And they will become eunuchs in the palace of the king of Babylon." Yeah, this is totally happening.
But honestly, though, is this that hard to foresee?
I don't think so.
You're sitting here showing off your shit to some other kingdom who's not necessarily friends with you.
Right.
And you're like, "Look at all the shit that I have." And so it's not that hard for Isaiah to go, "You just showed them all the shit you have.
Yeah.
They're going to come after your ass."
Yeah. And knowing Babylon as we do, they're going to make eunuchs of whoever they take, and it's probably going to be your kids.
Right. It's
you dummy.
They keep attributing this stuff to God saying these things. And I'm like, no, Isaiah's seeing the situation and he's going, yeah, that's going to happen.
Yeah. The fact that Isaiah's not stupid suddenly makes him godly. And I'm like, wow. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So anyway, "The word of the Lord you have spoken is good," Hezekiah replied. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Great. That's great.
You're doing good there." Mm-hmm. Yep.
For he thought, "There will be peace and security in my lifetime." The end.
Okay.
So he's like, whatever. That's
he's like,
later.
"I'm fine. That's down the road somewhere."
Which reminds me of like the politicians in charge who are like, "Climate change, I don't fucking care.
Right.
Let it affect my grandkids. I'm good.
Yeah.
As long as I got mine, I'm on top of the hill. The hill may not be here after I'm gone. That don't impact me."
You know, it occurred to me as we were reading this, though, that when Isaiah is invoking God, when he's talking to Hezekiah, maybe that's the only way he can get his stuff across to him.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't just speak to a king and say, "Hey, dude, you fucked up.
Hey, so you're being stupid."
Right.
Like you can't just say you are dumb, but you can say God thinks that you are so fucking dumb.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just telling you what God said. I don't know.
I mean, honestly, I feel like that's how he's getting the message across. It's not that God's actually talking to Isaiah. Isaiah has to use a medium in order to be able to talk to a king this way.
Right.
You know, you can't just say these things to a fucking king.
Basically, Isaiah was a sage politician.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we aren't there. We can't know for sure. But a lot of we've said this throughout Isaiah. Most of the things that he's prophesizing aren't that fucking hard to prophesize.
Right.
It's just what an advisor would advise, you know?
It's kind of like how when they put all of the conservatives in the Supreme Court and we were like, "Oh shit, they're going to overturn Roe." And everybody was like, "That would never happen. Roe v. Wade is precedent at this point. That would be ridiculous. Don't be stupid." And we're all like, "No, that's really where this is going." And
right.
it's going to happen.
The writing's on the fucking wall.
Yeah. And then it happened. And now we're like, I told you so. And they're like, what? It should have been states' rights all along. And we're like, but that, like, what is happening?
No, you're talking about the Republicans saying, no, that's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. But that was them playing dumb so that they knew this is what was going to be the ultimate end of all this.
I know.
It wasn't, there was,
just, if this was
a little game.
If this was in olden times, we would have had to like write it down on a piece of paper. And then we could have been like, whoa, dude, we were prophets just by like paying attention to the news and seeing where it's going. Oh, you guys put conservatives in charge. So now conservative decisions are going to be made and we are fucked. Got it. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, no way. And then we're like, yeah. And then it happened and we're like, see?
Right. Yeah.
We were totally prophets just then.
Definitely. All right. Well, that was Isaiah chapter 39.
Sure as fuck was.
And that means that tomorrow we'll be back with
Isaiah chapter 40, which starts 2nd Isaiah.
Awesome. We'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep. We have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.